History has shown us how easily faith can be manipulated for political agendas. Throughout the ages, religious texts have been altered, edited, and reinterpreted to serve the interests of those in power. Leaders have twisted religious teachings to consolidate power, often using religion as a tool to legitimize their rule and suppress dissent. Islam, despite its emphasis on pure worship and devotion, has not been immune to such distortions. The faith, like many others, has seen its teachings manipulated. Niazi Izz al-Din's book, The Proof, unveils the deliberate distortion of Islamic teachings for political gain. His work sheds light on how these manipulations have shaped the course of history. At the heart of this manipulation lies the exploitation of hadiths, the sayings attributed to the Prophet Muhammad. These hadiths were selectively promoted or suppressed. The Sultan promoted hadiths aligning with his goals, crafting a version of Islam that served his interests. This selective endorsement created a skewed interpretation of the faith. This manipulation eroded the Quran's central role as the ultimate source of guidance, overshadowing its teachings with politically motivated interpretations. Izz al-Din's work urges Muslims to critically examine the historical and political context surrounding religious texts. By doing so, they can reclaim the true essence of their faith. Hadiths occupy a unique position within the Islamic tradition. They offer insights into the Prophet Muhammad's life and interpretations of the Quran. Scholars have turned to hadiths to elaborate on the Quran's teachings. The Quran's verses often require interpretation to be applied to specific situations. Hadiths provide practical guidance and moral exemplars. The respect for the Prophet Muhammad elevates the status of hadiths. Yet, hadiths are vulnerable to errors and fabrications. The Sultan capitalized on this vulnerability, using hadiths for political manipulation. This highlights the importance of critically evaluating hadiths in light of the Quran's message. Izz al-Din argues that some hadiths contradict the Quran's teachings, creating confusion among followers. These contradictions reveal fabricated hadiths designed to serve ulterior motives, often to justify political or social agendas. The Quran is the verbatim word of God, clear and consistent, providing a universal message for all of humanity. Hadiths vary in authenticity and reliability, with some being more credible than others. Critical analysis is essential when a hadith contradicts the Quran's principles, ensuring that the true message is preserved. For instance, the Quran emphasizes equality and justice, yet some hadiths promote social hierarchies and discrimination. Such hadiths are identifiable as fabrications when examined through the Quran's message, which advocates for fairness and equality. The Quran emphasizes reason and critical thinking, while some hadiths discourage questioning authority and promote blind obedience. Muslims must engage in critical thinking, comparing hadiths to the Quran's teachings to discern the truth. Rejecting contradictory hadiths is crucial for maintaining the Quran's integrity and ensuring that its divine message remains unaltered. Izz al-Din calls for a return to the Quran as the primary source of Islamic guidance, emphasizing its unparalleled significance in the lives of Muslims. The Quran is a self-sufficient and complete revelation, offering comprehensive guidance for every aspect of human existence. Its message is timeless, universal, and applicable to all aspects of life, transcending cultural and temporal boundaries. Hadiths provide essential context and elaboration, but should never overshadow the Quran's primary message. The Quran asserts its own sufficiency as a clear and complete guide, emphasizing its role as the ultimate source of wisdom and knowledge. By focusing on the Quran, Muslims can navigate life with clarity and confidence, finding answers to their spiritual and practical questions. This return to the Quran does not negate the importance of the Prophet Muhammad's life and teachings. The Prophet's life, reflected in authentic hadiths, provides practical examples of living in accordance with God's will, serving as a model for Muslims to emulate. The Quran's self-sufficiency fosters a personal and unmediated connection with the divine, encouraging a direct and profound relationship with God. Izz al-Din's work carries an urgent message for younger generations of Muslims. Growing up in an age of information overload, young Muslims need tools to critically evaluate interpretations of Islam. Critical thinking is paramount. Izz al-Din's call to return to the Quran is an invitation to engage with its message actively. This approach fosters intellectual curiosity and critical thinking skills. Understanding the historical and political contexts of religious texts is crucial. By equipping themselves with knowledge and critical thinking, young Muslims can navigate faith with confidence and discernment. Izz al-Din's work urges Muslims to approach their faith with open minds and a commitment to truth.